The following broadcast may contain explicit language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the hosts, talent, and guests, and do not reflect the opinions, views, and standards of Pyro Media Enterprises, affiliates, subsidiaries, or its members. What is going on, kings, queens, and the entire spectrum in between? It is your boy Kwame, and we are back with yet another episode of Kwame Speaks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I see Cupcake in the chat. I appreciate you, and you're just in time, Cupcake. I am getting ready to show you guys some new things that are going on with Luxe Noir, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about kind of my journey and why I started it and what the hoopla is all about. And so I know I've mentioned it before. We've talked a lot about different things or whatever, and I have some of the products because I think I'm the type of person that I have to see it. Like I have to touch it, feel it, see it, all that stuff. Don't be nasty. But I have to kind of interact with it in order for me to kind of buy into something. And so I want to talk about my passions today and why I set it on fire. Pun on words. So let's see. Oh, yes, Cupcake, and I appreciate you being such a big support to Luxe Noir. I appreciate you for real. It does mean a lot. So if you have not heard anything about Luxe Noir is my candle company. Kwame, why did you start a candle company? You have a whole media company and a media team. What is that all about? I've always been a candle dude. Like I've always been the type of dude that likes to, set an ambiance, set a mood, set a tone, and all that stuff. And I feel like setting a mood is very important. And I've been through all types of different candles where some didn't have a lot of what they call hot throw, where it's kind of giving a really strong scent. Some only had a good cold throw, but no hot throw. And then some vice versa, where it had, very little cold throw, but no hot throw. And so I wanted to have a well-balanced product, and I really didn't want to pour into someone else, right? If it's Black owned, of course, I'm going to try it. I've ran into a lot of other amazing Black owned businesses that have amazing candles and products like mine. So I'm all about, sharing is caring, right? But for me, I got tired of getting Yankee Candle. I got tired of getting all of the ones that, the Bath and Body Works candles. It just became too much. So, hey, Dr. Holt, thank you for joining. Let's see. Dr. Holt says, I bet you do like the set. Shut up, Dr. Holt. So, Cupcake says, thank you for following your dreams and blessing us with the greatness that is Luxe Noir. Super proud of you. Oh, bless you. I appreciate you. But yes, I am super excited because, and honestly, it is because of Kyrie, my co-host on Pyro Power Hour, for those who are watching and do not know, for me to kind of push myself to go into this. And there's been a lot of other people, Dominic from Bullet and Flight Radio, Titan Capri, both of them got me my starter kits to kind of test out if I would like it. Because in my research, I wanted to see if, and what they tell you is that if you want to do this, it's not something that you should do if you just think that it's just going to make you money. You should do it because you actually like doing it, because the process of making a candle is tedious. It is very tedious. And I have really, for those who don't know, I'm a huge happy planner guy. I'm all about planning. I'm all about organizing. And if you notice that this has gotten a lot thicker since I've done a planner video. And the reason why is because I've had to balance the Pyro Media kind of empire thing going on over there and Luxe Noir, which is turning into something that's really, really been awesome. So I wanted to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about that, because I think that if it's something that you are passionate about, it's not really work. Right? It's not really something that you have to look at it and say, oh, I have to, it's draining and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of careers out there. Like we talk to Dr. Holt all the time. in Power Hour and sometimes in the Thai Squad chat about, sometimes the parents get on his nerves. And he could, go through all of that every day and be stressed out, but he loves what he does. And if he didn't, he wouldn't be doing it, right? And so I think that is something that I kind of look at when it comes to this business and any other passion that you may have, especially if you're trying to turn it into a lucrative business and turn it into something that you want to take to the next level, right? Hey, Keith, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Love you, man. Thank you for joining, for real, for real. All right, so let's kind of talk a little bit about Luxe Noir. I'm going to actually open up because we have updated our website. So I kind of want to go through, and I am spelling it all types of wrong. There we go. All right, I want to kind of go through a little bit about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And so I was going to just stick with the whole, there you are. Boom. I was just going to stick with the whole kind of keeping it just candles only. But I really, really wanted to kind of expand into things. Because honey, today, yes, I know you were saying that earlier today in the chat. But you do let the kids, Dr. Ho let the kids for sure. But I wanted to expand into other things, specifically body, bath and body. And for those who follow me on my TikTok and who follow me on Instagram, you guys know I am big on skincare. I have been in skincare, the whole realm of skincare. My bestie actually just wanted me to start. She came over yesterday and she was saying, Kwame, you need to like, because she looked at my, I have a whole kind of thing when it comes to my skincare routines. But and she saw what I had and she said, Kwame, you really need to do something about it. And I've always been kind of afraid to kind of talk about that because like I don't want to kind of come across as this like skincare guru, because I feel like there's a lot of other people that I follow that are amazing at it, but I would consider myself a skincare enthusiast. But I say all of that because I think that, it's nice to, one of the things that I've noticed with high level like millionaires and billionaires and people who I've met who are successful entrepreneurs and successful business people is that they take care of themselves. Like self-care is really, really important to them. And their appearance, how they feel, because if they feel that they look good, then they feel good. And so that helps them focus on their everyday practices and everyday leadership and everyday navigation through the corporate life or whatever. And so I kind of pride myself in that. I like to have a nice space. Like I like my environment clean. I wouldn't say I'm I guess, yeah, okay. I'm gonna say I'm a neat freak. I am. I'm a clean freak. I'm a neat freak. I like things clean. I like things. I like the space to feel inviting. I make my bed every day. And days that I don't make my bed, I can feel it. Like I get irritated. So it really, it sets my day, because when I come back to my bedroom and I get ready, I do my skincare routine and my night routine or whatever. I look at my bed and it's inviting. And I like my room to be, inviting and welcoming and warm and comfortable. And so I want to make that space for everybody. And I think that having a luxurious self-care routine or self-care experience shouldn't be expensive, right? Because I think, and if you want to splurge, if you have it, then sure, go ahead and do it. But I don't think certain things have to be expensive to do. Sean, hey brother Kenzie, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Dr. Holt says, I really do. Those teenagers can get beside themselves. I found out a lot of these kids now want to be entrepreneurs. That's awesome. You know what, Dr. Holt? Message me after this because I want to talk to you about something that I think would be really dope. We can collaborate on something, and I think it will benefit your kids or your students rather very much. So anyway, I digress. But I want to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about some of the things that are going on in Luxe Noir. First of all, thank you for all of those that have purchased the Black Girl Magic candle. It has sold out. And for those who, want to be haters, it says it right here. See, sold out. Let me see if I can zoom in. I think I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I can. There we go. So this is our Luxe collection. And so our Luxe collection are all of our premium candles and all of our premium level stuff. This is where everything like this is where my focus kind of started out. This is the first kind of candles that I wanted to design and make. And so these are our bigger candles, and they're have like all of our stuff, like all of the ingredients that go into it. It's like obviously premium level and high quality stuff, but these are like I spend time really developing these. Like I spend weeks and weeks and weeks on the scents and the blends and stuff like that and making sure it's just right. And so yeah, so these are the scents here. And so Black Girl Magic sold out for the second time today. So thank you guys so much for all of the blessings that you guys are bestowing upon me. It's really very much appreciated. And so lavender blanket, vanilla. I think we're running a little low on lavender blanket. I need to double check. And then Angelic Whispers just came in this past weekend, or this past week, along with A Mother's Love, which is a seasonal collection, or part of our seasonal collection. And so I actually have Angelic Whispers right here. There we go. And so you guys can see it. It's not tiny, contrary to what some people kind of see from the website. It is pretty decent size. So you can see. Oh, this is a horrible. There we go. It's a horrible camera. I apologize, but sorry to y'all if you didn't get Black Girl Magic. It's phenomenal. Yes, it is one of my favorite scents that we have at Luxe Noir. It is just a really pretty scent. It really reminds me of what I envision a powerful Black woman being. So if that makes any sense. So, but Angelic Whispers smells so good. The cold throw on this is amazing, but it's very powdery. I guess it's fresh. It's fresh linen kind of like vibe on it, but it has cotton blossom, which is probably why the linen's coming in there. Oh, and linen and sandalwood top notes. So it's really really strong, and I really really enjoy it. But one of the things that I like about my premium collection candles is that it's not overpowering. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes out the box and you would think that it's like super overpowering, and it's really not. It smells. It like creates this kind of envelope in the room, and where I put it in my family room, and it's kind of spreads out all the way from my family room into my kitchen, into my living room, into the foyer, and it really just kind of it's a really powerful, not powerful in the sense that it's overpowering, but it has a really good reach. So and Cupcake can attest to it. She's bought like half the damn inventory. So but this is actually one of my this is A Mother's Love. And I keep them covered because I like to keep the scent fresh, and that's just me. But this is one of this is our limited edition A Mother's Love. Oh, it smells so damn good. It has violet top notes, orchid top notes, honey. I really smell the honey in this. Amber and vanilla top notes in here as well. It smells. This is a really good smelling one. This is I think any mom would love this, or any woman, anybody actually. I would enjoy this. This is a really cool scent, and it still has kind of like the black, or the equivalent to the black. It has the gold inside of it. We use wood wicks, and wood wicks come out a little bit better, burns better, burns cleaner, and so it doesn't create those sits. And one thing that I noticed that a lot of or average candle burners do is that they don't trim their wicks every time before they light them. We pre-trim them for you, but I would still recommend that you trim it again before you light them, and then every time once you blow it out and then you relight them, make sure you trim it again before you light them, because it has less soot. Even though the wood wicks do better with less soot, you still want to trim them, and it creates a nice, clean, even burn, and the melt pool burns better, and you just get a better burn, and it lasts a lot longer. And you don't get that weird kind of tunneling that happens in candles when you burn them. I love those wood wicks. And I was thinking about doing them for all of them, even our classic collection, but it's just a lot to do, and so I know some people still like the cotton wicks, so we still have them. This one is Oh my god. I'm not a big fan of like fruit smells, but this one is called Summer Cocktail, and Summer Cocktail is one of our. Let me see, is one of our classic collections, and it has just amazing. It really smells like a cocktail. Like it's very pina colada heavy. It has tangerine, apple, rum, and sugar top notes. It's really it smells amazing, and it's really I don't want to say fruity, but it smells like you could drink it. Don't drink it, but it's just a really a nice scent, and it's not. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of like this is one of my least favorites, but it smells great. And it's only my least favorite, one of my least favorites because I don't like fruit smells. I don't like apple, even though we have one of our wax melts is called apple bottom, and it smells amazing. It has apple, cinnamon, and nutmeg. This is more of a fall scent, but I've noticed that a lot of people purchase this throughout the year too. So Sean Kingsley said, I also put my new candles in the freezer for about 30 to 40 minutes, and this makes my candles burn even. Yes, that is actually this that would not work for. I would not recommend doing those for tins or candles that are in tins. If you do them in like candles that are in glass or in like glass vessels, they work out better. The tins for some reason creates condensation within the if you put it in the freezer, and so it creates condensation, and water and wax do not go well together. I lost a batch, and it was really sad. My heart hurt because water bubbled up because I double boil the I use a double boiler method, and water jumped into the wax batch, and I couldn't use it. And so, and I just refuse to sell you guys. I mean, some people would say, "Well, just go ahead and they won't know the difference." I will, and so I have integrity, and I can't do that. Yeah, Sean, like, I only do that too. But I noticed that people like to travel with them, and so that's why the classic collection is really popular too, with the tins because they can just put it in their bag and then call it a day. One thing that I was asked, and I think I'm going to do is they wanted a smaller version of the classic size because they want to be able to take it, on the plane, and stuff like that, and having a smaller candle was just easier for them. And so I think I'm going to offer that soon. I mean, it's just an extra size. I don't know if I'm going to do it for everything, but I think that's going to be an extra size or an added size that we're going to add to it. Let's see. I travel with my glass handle. Oh, you travel with your glass handles? Oh, you risky. I like a risky man. All right now. All right. Cupcake says smells like a beach drink. Oh, you purchased the summer cocktail? Cupcake, I just love you. I really do. Dr. Hope says, I'm going to give my mom the website so she can pass it on to the Delta. Yes, come on, Deltas. I love me some Deltas. Yes. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and also put in my little thing here. One man show here, so I apologize for the troll. Who is that? Inspire. Hello, Inspire. How you doing? Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. All right. So another thing that we have that a lot of people really don't know too much about is wax melts. Wax melts are just a great way to burn, or you get the same effect of having um, uh, kind of the scent and the environment without burning. And so some people, and there's like some avid wax melters out there that really just only will use a wax melt, and will, and these are a lot cheaper because, and you get a lot more with it too with mine. So I don't know how others do, but I also have seen others sell kind of like one of the things that we're going to be doing, especially for the winter, is do a sample set, but it's going to be like a multi, like you'll get a bunch of different scents in one package. And so we've been looking at that and seeing, to offer that, but that's a lot of work to make. So that's probably going to be something that we're going to do for the winter in the holiday collection. So definitely check those out, but you can just get a wax melter. You take the you just break them off like it's candy, like a candy bar, and you take, you know, one or two and put it in. I usually use one, and it's fine. Sometimes if I want a really strong scent, then I'll you know, like if I have a wax melt in my hallway, I'll put a two in there, and it works out really well. It really smells out the, or brings a really beautiful scent to the whole thing. One of my favorites out of these wax melts, though, is Beach Meditation. Now, I think you can get Beach Meditation in the classic collection as well. Let me see. Do we have that? No. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, we do. Beach Meditation, but this is one of my favorites. This is a popular one too. Is Pineapple Passions. Pineapple Passions really, really been popular, and it's been really selling really well. It's easier for me to make wax melts because I don't have to wick them. And wicking, you know, if I see something go wrong, I will not utilize that candle. It's just a bad candle to me. And I know that, you know, some people say, oh, may say that, you know, you're probably overdoing it, but I just have having the feedback that I get from people like, you know, Cupcake, and she'll, you know, say how amazing it smells, or some of my other customers that have sent me reviews or told me how much they like it. It's because I've been really meticulous with how important it is to kind of keep the quality control. And I was actually on another show, I think it was Nicole Divic Live, and I kind of broke down a little bit about what, you know, some of the candles are, and kind of going into candle making and what that means. And people were asking, or she asked me, do you make them yourself, or do you do fulfillment centers? I make every single candle or every single product that comes in. I have handmade them myself. I have hand poured all of my candles myself, because and until I get to a point where I feel like it's going to go beyond that, where I'm just getting such a heavy, um, I don't know, like it's just a lot more than I can handle by myself, then I'm going to continue to do it for as long as I can by myself. Um, because I just feel like at least the making of it by myself, because I want to make sure I have the perfect product, or as close to perfect possible, the product that I'm sending out, because I don't ever want somebody to look at it and say, oh, well, you know, they just gave me crap, you know? And so I'm really serious about stuff like that. So anyway, so that was a wax melt, and so I hope you guys enjoy that. It's really easy to melt, and so those are kind of like the go tos for things of that nature. So if you are enjoying this, please go ahead and hit the like button for me. And if you feel so inclined, go ahead and hit that Cash App at Kwame C86. All of that, the funds that I get go back into what I do, either with Luxe Noir and or Pyro. And I usually donate, when it comes to Pyro, to people who can't afford Pyro services. And we have like a stash or a sponsorship stash where we sponsor people. So all of those funds go into that. So just FYI, because, you know, our passions are on fire. Okay, um, so wax melts. Like I said, we did the wax melts. We talked about the classic collection. We talked about the seasonal. Now I want to talk about my Bath and Body collection. This was a very scary undertaking for me. The reason why, why? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Snap. The deltas are coming. Oh yes, right. I know that's right. The deltas are gonna, when they come, they roll deep. So I pray that they enjoy it. Sean says, checked luggage only. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you got wrap it up and call it a day. Yeah, I see that. You're doing great, Kwame. Be encouraged. Oh, bless you, Inspire. I appreciate you. All right. So the the Bath and Body collection was a really scary undertaking for me, because like I said before, I never want to come across as this, like, you know, skincare snob. And there's so many other people that have amazing products, and so I wanted to offer some things that, you know, were a little different. One of them being, you know, my bath salts. So I do have three of them: Take It Easy, Refresh, and Relaxation. I'll get to the whipped body butter in a second, but that is another one. I don't have multiple scents for my whipped body butter, because it's literally, I'm going to it's literally just body butter. Like, I just wanted to keep it there. And it has a little bit of a scent that's unique to Luxe Noir, but I didn't want to have all of these different scents going crazy. I may do something special for for the winter, for the holiday season. But other than that, I kind of wanted to keep it there because I still have a lot more scents for candles and wax melts that I'm creating that I did not want to get myself overwhelmed by doing a whole body line and all that stuff, whatever. So these are the wax melts, or excuse me, the scents. Sorry, the bath salts. So this is Refresh. There you are. And I can't open it because it's, it's sealed for quality control and your protection because you don't want germs and stuff in there. And I always use like gloves and things, and everything is super sanitized. So that's Refresh. This one is Take It Easy. Yes. And so Take It Easy has rosemary and mint, and a couple of other herbs that I can't remember, but all of them are blended with, and Himalayan, pink Himalayan salt, I believe. But all of them are blended with Himalayan salt or some type of, and Epsom salt and magnesium and all these different things that I blend them all together, and herbs and things of that nature that will, it's really soothing. I've tested it out already, and it's really, really, it feels really nice. But it's really good if you have, you can use half. I use a whole thing because I just like to have that. They're definitely coming for the Bath and Body collection. Okay, I'll make sure I stock up, Doctor. I appreciate that. And then there's relaxation. This is my favorite. I'm just a lavender boy. I'm a floral kid. I love floral, so that's just me. I know some guys probably like a little bit more like stronger, more nutty scents, more masculine sense of whatever that means to some people. But yeah, I'm a floral dude, so I like the sense of orchids and uh, lavender, and like lavender is just my go-to. One of my favorite scents that I had from Bath and Body was Moonlight Path. I would blend it in with like shea butter and stuff like that. It smells so good. At least on me. And I would blend it in with like, what was it? I did YSL one time. YSL and Moonlight Path and shea butter. And I mixed it in, and it was just really, 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 really a beautiful scent on me, and I enjoyed it. YSL is one of my favorite colognes out there. Let's see. Boss Lady Trucker. Oh, thank you, Boss Lady Trucker. I appreciate you. Inspire says, "You do you, Kwame." That's right. So these are the bath salts, and so they're really they're and I priced them a little cheaper because I feel like you can just get like you can get like 2 baths out of this, or 1 major bath if you really want. But I priced them a little cheaper because I didn't feel like you can get a bunch of these. You can add them with a set if you want. If you want to get a candle, body butter, and a couple of bath salts or whatever. And I just wanted to kind of keep it easy for you guys. Now, dun, 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 dun. This is what a lot of people were talking about. This is the whipped body butter. I am a big lotion and body butter snob, and so it took me a while to get a good formula for this. I am was really big on like kind of figuring out how I was gonna, because a lot of people told me not to sell this during the summer because it's gonna be hot and stuff like that. So I had to really blend this with a formula that has a higher melt point because obviously I gave a sample to a friend just to see how it was, and he left it in the car and so it melted. But you shouldn't leave butters and shea butters and stuff like that in the car, or lotions and stuff like that in the car. It's just not good for the product. It's not good. Anyway, but it is. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, it has a beautiful consistency. I'm gonna and if you guys can see how, can I see if I can? There we go. Can you guys see that? There we go. You guys can see how. And no, I'm not selling this, so don't worry. This is mine. I'm not going to sell this. But if you can see, let me see if I can do this right here, and how well it just kind of like melts into the skin. Let me see if I can show you guys. This is a horrible camera. I'm probably going to do this on one of. Oh, there you go. You can see a little bit of it. I'm probably going to do this on a Pyro Media camera. Cupcake said, I still need to speak to the manager about my butter. So let me tell you what happened. Even though it's an inside joke, I think we can share a little bit about this. So Cupcake had ordered we when we put this out on the line, I had made two batches and I wanted to cure them. So usually when I make stuff, I let them cure. Like right now, there's some products that are curing, the candle products that are not on the inventory yet list to be able to sell on the website, because some of those candles need time to cure. Instead of me, I can't just make them and then sell them right away. They need time to kind of incorporate and kind of solidify and really get the best scent possible. This feels really, really good. Anyway, but she had ordered stuff. She had ordered everything last week, right? Like I think it was last Wednesday, and that first batch I didn't realize had sold completely out. Like now the second batch is ready to go, and so we like I was prepared for that, but that first batch was gone. And so, but we didn't put sold out on the website because we had another batch ready to go, and we always ship out every Thursday. So from Thursday to Thursday, or from Thursday to Wednesday, if you order something, then it's going to go out that following Thursday. And so that's kind of how we do things. It's easier for me to ship out stuff like that. So she got an email from my assistant telling her that she's not getting the batch or the first batch, that her stuff is delayed. And so she sent me an inbox and said, I want to speak to the manager. So, but I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy this cupcake. I hope you do, because it feels really nice, and I think it's going to be a really nice, and it smells really, really good too. So yeah, so that's pretty much, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm just interested in candles and self-care and all that stuff. I think a lot of times people, just assume that you're just supposed to just take a bath and call it a day. And you should take a bath. It's very important. But creating an experience for yourself is also just as important. And so I one of the things that I want to kind of leave you with, as we kind of talked about all of these different products and all of the different things that I have created. I want you guys to kind of think about what you want to do as well. What do you want? What do you feel has been a passion that you've been sitting on for a while? What passions have you been kind of thinking about that you feel like you can't do, or that the market is too big and stuff like that? Because the candle market is huge, and so who am I to come into this little as this little company, quote unquote, oh, you got your little company and your little candle company, girl, that's cute, and who am I to come in there and try to get into the wave of it. And it's not about being the biggest and the best in there. It's about fulfilling your passions, right? And so I found something that I was able to create with my hands. I'm able to create on with Pyro Media, and do different editings or different edits and different create shows and produce shows and concepts and branding and all that stuff, and work with clients on developing the organizational skills and productivity tips and stuff like that. And that's great. But I wanted to have something physical. I wanted to be able to make something with my hands. And I felt like as a man, for me, I needed to have something like that. And it's just so fulfilling to see people really enjoying your hard work. It's not easy to make these candles. It's especially at the standard that I want them at. And sometimes I have unrealistic expectations, right? And I have to like remind myself, woosah. So I think for me, and I'm being transparent with you guys, I think a lot of times we want the best in what we do. We want the best and put the best foot forward. And I think you should always have that. I think you should always have a space where you're putting the best foot forward, and you're doing what you can to make things the best that you can possibly do, right? And that's great. But I think that you should also not allow yourself to have all of that um, doubt and all of those barriers, because those expectations will eventually be walls, right? And will stop you from moving forward. because now you're already doubting. The world's already doubting us, right? We already got the haters and the people from the sidelines and the people from the cookie gallery, you know what I'm saying, and the peanut gallery that want to sit there and tell you what you should and should not do and how you should do it when they ain't doing a dang on thing themselves, right? When they haven't even been in the lane that and walked in the shoes that you've walked in, right? So we already have that coming at us as a people. Why do we need to add to that voice, right? Why do we need to add to those voices and throw tomatoes at ourselves, right? I think even just making the attempt, one step at a time. I want to write a book, right? Maybe an aspiration that you have. Find out what it takes to create a book, and don't get overwhelmed. One step at a time. Just research it. Maybe start the first chapter. Don't worry about how many chapters it needs to be in there. Don't worry about how big the book needs to be. Don't worry about maybe just start writing. Maybe start writing a page and then figuring out, is it going to be a memoir? Is it going to be a novel? It's going to be a fiction, whatever it's going to be. Just maybe start doing something towards that goal. Because stopping yourself is just doing a disservice. For so long. Even with Pyro Media, there was a point my team had to buy me a ring light for me to actually start doing what I needed to do, and they bought it for my birthday. And several years back, my first ring light, and I said I didn't, I was going to do, Kwame Speaks. I was going to do all these different things or whatever, and I stopped myself because I didn't have a ring light. I stopped myself because I didn't have a high efficiency camera or whatever the situation is, or I stopped myself because I didn't have a Mac computer at the time. So then when I got those things, right, and I started, what was the excuse? And I said, well, I don't have a ring light. So my team got me a ring light, and it's like, well, what's the excuse now? At some point, you have to just stop with the excuses, right? You have to stop with the excuses and just go forth and do it. Even if you feel it's not up to standard, even if you feel it's not, like my candles, when I first made my first candle didn't look like this. It did not look like this at all. But I wanted to see what it would feel like to do it and what the process would be. And when I smelled my first candle, it smelled delicious. And I was like, oh, this is great. But that was my first step. What would have happened if I said, oh, it's not going to look like a Yankee candle, or it's not going to look like a Bath and Body Works candle, or it's not going to smell like those things? And now people, when they get the product, they are enjoying it. So what was the whole thing about it? what was I putting myself through? Okay, it was insane. But yeah, I think it's, hey Auntie, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. I think a lot of times we just need to take hey, Inspire. He's so sweet, Inspire. You're talking good, Kwame. I'm trying. You can move a mountain one stone at a time. You sure can. And I think what has inspired me to even do Kwame Speaks, it's not about, one of the things that I wanted to do aside from telling people what they should do, because we get inundated by the how-tos and the gurus and all that stuff, whatever. And I didn't want to be like that. I didn't. You can pay me to have a meeting, and we can do a productivity class, or we can do a business development session, or whatever the situation. That is work, right? I wanted Kwame Speaks to be a situation for me to be transparent, because sometimes I don't want to get up and do the work. Sometimes I don't feel it, and this is not just for entrepreneurs. This is for people who work, period. Sometimes I did not want to get up and I did not want to move. But getting up out of the bed, getting up and making the decision to start anew, getting up and making that choice, first and foremost, just thanking God for just waking up, and thanking God that He woke me up, and then getting up and putting my foot one foot at a time outside of my bed. And sometimes my bed is just so comfortable. I got everything coming in there. It's just the scents are going. I got my what do you call those things? Those vaporizers, not the vaporizers, not the humidifiers, but the thing that sprays the thing. I keep forgetting what it is, but the mister, whatever you want to call it, those misting. It's a nice calm. I got the music playing. It's calming. I don't want to get out of bed and deal with the day. It's frustrating. But I think, and I'm sure all of you guys can relate to that, right? You don't want to get up and deal with your coworkers. You don't want to get up and deal with them. That sends out the microaggressions. Us sometimes that deals out the transmisia and the homophobia and all the homo hatred. The people who call you friends and then they crap on your own stuff. Uh, 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 I didn't want. Sometimes we don't want to do that. But I think what keeps us going, and one of the beautiful things about our culture, and about our ancestry, and about our line, is that, and our lineage, is that we are a resilient people. We are we are something that this world still to this day can't really comprehend. They can't comprehend how we're able to go day to day and deal with the pressures that would normally break someone. Um, uh, they can't understand how we have the constant pressures on an everyday basis and and still function and still do what we need to do. I'm not saying it's right because we still have a lot that we need to work through and process and generational issues that we have to deal with, but we still do it. We still get up. And so if we can deal with all of that and just to survive, what how much more energy would it take for us to thrive? And so for me, I don't have time to wallow. I can have my moment. I think everyone should have a moment. Take your time to decompress, cry, break down, do what you need to do, let it out, child. But I also think that it's important to kind of get back up. We fall down, but we get up. But I think all of that means something. I think all of that standing up and having a moment to ourselves to say we can do this means something. So anyway, I'm having a moment. I came out here to talk to you about some candles. But if you guys are interested in supporting or even getting increasing and leveling up your self-care, you can go to luxenoir.com. That's luxenoir.com. Well, let's see what Auntie says. Moving off of the pillow and into life is a revolutionary act. Right there, Auntie. Right there is a word. I believe that up. Praise Jesus. And it is. I mean, there's no other words for that. So yeah, so definitely set your passions on fire. Do what you got to do. Continue to grow, flow, and glow on this journey that we call Earth and life. And so yeah, so I appreciate all of you guys for all that you do. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I didn't have a commercial. Sorry to our sponsors, but thank you so much for supporting us, and to our sponsors, Bullet and Flight Radio, The Coldest Water, Pyro Media Productions, Pyro Media Network. All of you guys, thank you so much for your support. Audible, thank you for supporting Pyro Media. Definitely tune in about 40 minutes for the Walt Reconnection, which is going to be airing at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's see. Inspire social. Yes, inspire. It's very true. That was a word right there. Just shut it all down. All right, Auntie, you could talk. Talk your talk. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Definitely go to luxenoir.com for all of your self-care needs. And just to let you guys know, please know that we have a very, very limited, and I'm already seeing some things off of what do you call it? Off of um, the website go off. Our inventory is running low on the seasonal stuff. So if you want to grab something for your that loved one in there, that's mother in your life or someone motherly to you, go ahead and grab a mother's love. It is amazing, or any of the other stuff on there for them. But I'm telling you right now, even though it doesn't say sold out yet, I'm already looking at the the inventory and it's already starting to dwindle. So please grab them while you can. I will say this: typically, I restock on all other things when it comes to like the Luxe collection and like kind of the year-round stuff. But the seasonal stuff and the limited edition stuff, those are only around the time that is when it's supposed to be. So once they're sold out, I'm not restocking, and we probably won't have anything seasonal until we might have a Father's Day thing. I'm not sure yet, or some type of Father's Day deal. But we're probably not going to have anything major until the winter holidays. So just FYI on that, if you want to go ahead and grab while you can. Let's see who's on that. God loves you, Kwame. Hang in there. Oh, I appreciate you, Inspire. I'm good. Bless you. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Tune in tomorrow for me and Kyrie. We're going to be having Pyro Power Hour Reality Edition, joined by the Queen, Miss Lisa. And we're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I have words. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back. Oh, next week, I believe I have someone next week. Who is next week? I think I have Toxic Champion next week. If I don't have Toxic Champion, it's someone else. But I have a great lineup in it. And I have a phenomenal June. Kwame Speaks. I have some phenomenal LGBTQIA plus leaders and entrepreneurs coming in, and I'm so excited to interview them. I will keep it on the hush. Stay tuned. But if you haven't done so, follow me on TikTok at Kwame Speaks, or you can follow me on all social media outlets at Kwame Speaks. So I love you guys. You have a blessed one, and I will see you guys when I see you. Peace, y'all. Be blessed. No stress. Bye.
If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Pyro Media Network's YouTube channel for more awesome content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or upload new videos. Visit pyromedianetwork.com today, not just to check out our incredible roster of talented creatives, but also to gain access to exclusive bonus material available only to our Pyro fam. Show your support for this Black-owned indie network by donating today. Help us keep igniting brands everywhere.